NEBOSH International General Certificate in Occupational Health and Safety Unit IG2. Element 10 Fire. Explain briefly how friction might start a fire. Friction is the process whereby heat is given off by two materials moving against one another. In the absence of a lubricant or cooling substance, it can result in the surfaces of the materials becoming hot or actually producing sparks, either of which may be sufficient to cause ignition. Explain briefly how space heater might start a fire. A space heater is designed to give off considerable heat and, close to the heater, temperatures may be very high. A fire may be started by combustible materials being placed too close to the source of the heat, through radiation, or by obstructing the air intake into the heater. Classification of fires. Class A. Solid materials, usually organic, such as paper, wood, coal and textiles. Class B. Flammable liquids, such as petrol, oil and solvents. Class C. Flammable gases, such as methane, propane and acetylene. Class D. Metals, such as aluminium or magnesium. Class F. High-temperature fats and oils, such as cooking fat fire. Electrical fires. Explain principles of heat transmission and fire spread. Direct burning. This is the simplest method of fire spread where a flame front moves along or through the burning material. Convection is the transfer of heat by the physical movement of hot masses of air. As air is heated, it expands, as do all objects. As it expands, it becomes lighter than the surrounding air and it rises. Conduction. This type of heat transfer occurs inside materials, typically solid materials. The heat from the fire is passed from molecule to molecule along the length of the material. The fire will generally follow the heat, or sometimes the heat from conduction may cause a new fire to ignite elsewhere. Radiation. This is the transmission of heat by waves traveling until heat is absorbed by other objects. An example of this would be a bar heater or open fireplace radiating onto a drying rack or curtain. Common causes and consequences of fires in workplaces. Electrical equipment. This includes faulty wiring, overloaded conductors, misused equipment and the incorrect use of electrical equipment in inappropriate environments. Deliberate ignition. Many workplace fires are started deliberately. In some cases, the workplace has been targeted, for example by a disgruntled worker or an unhappy customer. Hot work. This includes any work involving the use of naked flames, for example a propane torch or acetylene cutting equipment, or that creates a significant ignition source, for example arc welding and grinding. Smoking. In particular, carelessly discarded smoking materials, such as cigarette butts and matches. Cooking appliances. For example fat pans left unattended. Heating appliances. For example electric fan heaters and space heaters, especially when left unattended. Unsafe use and storage of flammable liquids and gases. For example petrol, acetone and LPG. Static sparks could be generated that could ignite a flammable vapor. Mechanical heat. Generated by friction between moving parts, such as a motor and its bearings, or cold work generating sparks. Chemical reactions. These can also generate heat. For example rags soaked in oil and solvents are a fire hazard, because as the oil or solvents oxidize, heat is generated and there is a risk of spontaneous combustion. Explain safety precaution for LPG in a workplace. Cylinders, gas bottles, should be stored outside. The storage area should be fenced with a secure, lockable gate. Warning signs should be displayed. Ignition sources should be eliminated from the area. Bottles should be chained upright. The storage area should be separate from other buildings. Empty and full bottles should be kept separate. Oxygen bottles should not be stored with LPG. Only those bottles actually required should be removed from the storage area and returned after use. Explain safety precautions for hot work. Flammable materials are removed from the work area. Covered with fire retardant blankets. The floor is swept clean. A suitable fire extinguisher is at hand. A fire watcher is present in the area. The work area is visited routinely, after the work has finished, checking the area for smoldering. How to safe use of flammable liquids. Use the minimum volume of liquid required. Store the liquid in a properly labeled container. Ideally, ensure that the container is metal with a self-closing lid. Use a metal tray to catch spills and have absorbent materials available. Use away from heat and ignition sources. Ensure that workspace is well ventilated. Return containers to safe storage after use. Explain safe storage of larger volumes of flammable liquid. Storing flammables in a purpose-built, single-story flammables store, with segregated storage if necessary. The store being built of non-combustible materials. The store having a lightweight roof for explosion relief. Ideally, the store being built outdoors away from other buildings or having firewall protection. The store being suitably fenced in a secure area. All electrical systems being intrinsically safe. All other ignition sources being eliminated. The store being well ventilated at high and low levels. All access doors being lockable with a sill to contain spillages. Having adequate fire-fighting equipment. Having suitable fire safety signs. Making regular checks for security, secure and safe storage, leaks of liquids, etc. Having clear, safe access for the fire service together with adequate means of escape. Explain the types of portable fire extinguisher in workplaces. Water. Suitable for Class A fires. It works by cooling the fire. Carbon dioxide, CO2. Suitable for Class B fires and electrical fires. Foam. Suitable for Class A and B fires. It works by smothering the fire. Dry powder. Suitable for all classes, including electrical fires, it works by smothering the flames. Wet chemical. Specifically designed to deal with high temperature, 360 occ, oil, fat fires, Class F. What is the assembly points? An assembly point is a place where workers congregate once they have evacuated a building. This allows for a roll call to be taken and identification of any missing persons. Assembly points should be in a place of total safety. Explain about assembly point location. A safe distance from the building, it may be on fire. At a safe location, not in a high hazard area. At a location where people can move further away if needed. Out of the way of fire fighters. Clearly signed. Outline the possible responsibilities of fire marshals during a fire evacuation. Ensuring all occupants leave by the designated escape route. Searching all areas to ensure that the area is clear. Ensuring that fire escape routes are kept open and clear at all times. Ensuring all doors and windows are closed on leaving the area. Assisting people from the building. Conducting the roll call at the assembly area. Meeting the fire service on arrival and informing them of all relevant details.
Please give comment and suggestions.
Thank you.
Subscribe our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for more updates. Thank for visit our channel. See you next class.
Thank you.